About 12. Okay, appreciate everybody coming out today. Thought it was time to have sort of a middle of the season press conference and just talk a little bit where we are at the break week. Sort of interesting. We played 7 games. Last year we played 14. We're hoping to play 14 this year. We don't know yet, obviously, but we're right in the middle of the race for the Eastern Division. And the next 4 or 5 weeks will determine who wins that. But we feel like we've really not played extremely well. We feel very fortunate to be 6-1. Won some close games. We've had 4 games within 3 points, and we won 3 out of 4. So we can count our blessings, especially the last one at Starkville. Didn't play very well on offense. Defensively, we played pretty well. Still had some errors here and there, but we need to really sort of tighten up. We need to coach better. Our guys they make too many assignment errors. Offense, defense, special teams, and we're just not as fundamentally sound as I think we should be. We should be playing better, and we're going to try to coach hard this open day through Thursday. Let the guys off this weekend, and see if we can't look better. Obviously, the loss of Marcus is huge. It's huge for us, but we got to regroup and keep on playing. Right now, Brandon Wiles is next in line. He's going to get his chance. Kenny Miles, we hope, will be able to play. Had his wrist in a cast again at practice yesterday. We'll just have to wait and see how much he's going to be able to do. But Brandon's about it right now, and Eric Baker has a sprained ankle, but hopefully maybe by the next week Tennessee game he'll be ready to go. Statistically we're a lot like we were last year. A little bit better on offense and defense. As we know, we finished 7th in offense and defense. Right now we're 4th in offense and defense. Most people think, well, our defense played a lot better than our offense, and they probably are, especially scoring defense. We've scored a bunch of touchdowns, so our defense has done well with that. What happens in the SEC, the defenses are better than the offenses. These other conferences, they can score a lot of points and make a bunch of yards, but it seems like when these SEC teams go against each other, they don't pile up a bunch of yards and points, and that happens all through our conference. So anyway, we believe we can play better on offense and on defense, and we're going to try to coach a little bit better as we get going through the rest of the season. But again, Connor's only played 2 games. He's our quarterback, as we all know, and I think he can learn. I really think he can learn from maybe a bad play here and a bad play there. we watched the offensive tape at Mississippi State again this morning with the offensive staff, and when he threw the ball out of the ballpark to Alshon on the first fade route in the second quarter there, after we got that turnover, we thought that maybe the next time he got in that situation, he threw the beautiful jump pass. It ended up being a winning touchdown. So hopefully we can get it up there where Alshon get his hands on it and make some plays like that. But anyway, we're except for Marcus and a few guys here and there, we've had some injuries at running back. Most I've ever had as a coach. I have 3 guys: Sean Carson and Matt Coffey, although Matt hasn't really played much. He got hurt on special teams. But to have 3 running backs have knee ending in the season injuries is very unusual. But that's the way it's happened, and we got to move on and just try to play better. Our linemen got to play better, our backs, everybody's got to block, tackle, play assignments. So we're going to try to do that. Appreciate all of our fans they're hanging with us. We're in position. We can't complain about our record. 4 really close games, won 3 out of 4. But we need to play better if we're going to have a shot to win the East. Okay.
Steve, I know the old motto is not to use injury as an excuse, but is it easy to tell this team that, considering it was Marcus and considering how much he meant to the offense?
Obviously, Marcus won the Eastern Division for us last year. You see all the big games that we won with all his carries, Florida, Georgia game, and just on down the line, Tennessee game. But we got to go with what we got, and We, all pulling for Marcus to have a very successful surgery, and we know he will work at rehabilitation as much as any guy in America will. So we believe he'll come back as strong or stronger than he ever has been. But we'll regroup, play with who we got, and that's all we can do. So we got plenty of players ready. We just need to play better. Need to block better, throw and catch, and block better. Scott?
Is Brandon a guy you can give the ball 20 to 25 times a game with more running back?
If we can make some yards, certainly we can hand it off to him 20, 25 times. He's got good size, good quickness, good speed, and he's ready to go. And Bruce Ellington's ready to go. We'll use him a little bit more back there, running with it. He's a natural runner with the ball. He could play some tailback, but I think we're going to leave him mainly at wide receiver and use him in the shotgun there a little bit also.
Steve, Kyle Nunn, what's his status? Do you expect him back?
Yeah, Kyle's he's got all kind of problems now. He actually went in the hospital last week with potential blood clot in his leg. I don't know if they told you about that. So he's on blood thinners, and he's out for the year. I don't think his back requires surgery, but he's definitely he's out for the year. He's hoping to maybe get a medical hardship and get a 6-year. We'll apply for that and see what happens.
Coach, back here, with all the issues that have happened this past week, you control your own destiny. Like you said, you're still 6-1. How do you get the team just focused on that and just winning out and like you said, winning the division?
Well, we're not focusing on that. We're focusing on trying to play the game a lot better, play our assignments a lot better every time out. That's the only thing we really talk about. And next week with Tennessee, we'll just talk about trying to beat them. But again, playing our assignments. I'm a coach that always believes you worry about yourself a lot more than your opponent. Get your guys ready to play. So that's, the final outcome will take care of itself if we can control our own individual performance every play during the course of the game.
Coach, have you ever, in your coaching career, ever lost a player, offensively, defensively, that meant more to each side of the ball than Marcus means to this offense? And can you kind of help with the, can you draw on that experience at all?
No, probably not. Probably not. As valuable as Marcus has been to us. But again, we got to move on, and we'll be pulling for Marcus to have 100% recovery and all that. And he was at the meeting yesterday. I said, "You didn't have to come to this thing." He said, "I'm right here." He's sitting in the meeting, but he's a wonderful team player, just super guy, and we'll all be pulling for him. He'll be pulling for us, and hopefully we can get some guys to take up the slack.
Steve, given Kyle Nunn's situation, Marcus's injury, the Steven situations you kind of dealt with all year, have you been through a weirder season, a season that had more stuff, distractions, or whatever you want to call them, off the field?
No, not really. Not really. No, we're just worried about how we play. The distractions are not, they don't block and tackle. Unfortunate, the injury, of course, last week with Marcus, but other than that, our guys should be just playing the game, having fun playing the game, and just a lot of mental errors throughout the entire team that we're going to again keep trying to correct.
You mentioned that Bruce could play some running back in the but you prefer to keep him out. He said he hasn't played running back since rec league. How hard of a position is that to pick up and play in the SEC at a competitive level when you haven't done it in so long?
Well, it is more involved than just sticking him back there right now. So he's not going to be a running back that per se. We're not going to ask him to pick up all the blitzing linebackers and that kind of stuff, which is what running backs do nowadays. But he'll be in there in a wildcat, and as we know, he can throw it. So we'll probably have some passes for him, a little bit more than we had last week, and let him get in there and go.
Coach, is it encouraging at all that despite the fact that you guys haven't played well, for a good part of the season, that you're still winning these games? These are games that maybe last year, the year before that you would have lost.
Well, it's very encouraging. Yeah, very encouraging that somehow or another the offense put together a drive in the fourth quarter against Georgia, put one together last week somehow or another. It wasn't real pretty. Well, it wasn't all passes, a bunch of runs, a bunch of this, that, and the others. Scramble plays have occurred. That we have won 3 games being behind in the fourth quarter. That is, especially 2 conference games. That is encouraging, and hopefully that mindset will stay with us. So it hasn't happened a lot around here, and but it's happening now. So at least our guys believe we're never out of the game, but we need to play a lot better. Offense, defense, special teams, everything. Coach better. I believe we're capable of doing that. So that's what's encouraging too. We've not played to our potential, I don't think, and hopefully we can get there. So I don't want you guys to talk about how great our team is. This is not a great team by any means. We're a pretty good team. Maybe has a chance to be better, but you got to do it on the field rather than talk about potential and all this, that, and the other.